So just grateful to be able to come together again here to take another look at how to be a little more mindful. We practice here in a kind of a more formal way, but the idea is to learn to just pay more attention to what's going on so we can take these new skills that we learn here out into the outside world and hopefully be a little more present with how we're living our life, paying attention to the good, the bad, and the ugly, being with it, and learning how to just kind of be in the middle of it all without getting pushed around. And so each week we do a different exploration of some techniques or some ideas that we can look at, things to think about. Today we're going to do something a little more contemplative maybe. But anyway, let's arrive first. So as we always do, we can start with what we call a grounding meditation to just fully arrive here. So here we are. Take your meditation seat, your posture, whatever it's going to be. You can be sitting, standing, lying down. You can be on a couch, a chair, a futon, whatever, your bed, your chair, whatever makes you comfortable. So you can feel supported, feel your body being supported by the ground, by whatever furniture you might be on. Just feel, you don't have to work to hold this body up. Inviting the spine to lengthen or be alert. So it's just an invitation to just invite a longer spine. It allows the mind and the body to be a little more alert, but also have a sense of relaxation too, because we don't want to be rigid. So grounding, alertness, relaxation. Close the eyes if you're comfortable, or just have a soft gaze, not looking around. And we'll let the bell invite us to actually arrive. So the ringing of bell is just a subtle transition reminder. All the clicking and the viewing to get online, the arriving, process of settling the body, closing the eyes, and now bring the attention inwards. Just checking in, how is it right now? In this mind, this body, the general mood or energy in the mind. Is it calm? Is it agitated, sleepy, revved up? Whatever it is, we're just noticing. It's like this. And the mind's resting in this body. What can we be aware of in the body? How's the overall sense of the body here? Is it relaxed, feeling support of whatever it's resting on? Or is there some tension or agitation in the body? And we just notice how it is. We don't judge it. And maybe even as we're watching, we notice something changing in the body. Maybe we're noticing the breath or a strong sensation in the body, whatever it is. It's like this. So we do this, just quick check-in. It's really what the whole process is about, checking in. How is it right now? What's happening? And how do we feel or relate to it? Can we just be present with what's right here? So let that be our intention for the next few minutes, to just be present with whatever is right here. So you're aware that you're here, right? So how do you know that you're here? What is your awareness aware of that lets you know you're here and you're present? Maybe you're aware of the sound of my voice, aware of the pressure of your body against whatever's supporting it, aware of the breath. So you know you're here, right? What are you aware of right here? Can we be interested in this experience right here? The mind, which is resting in the body, knowing what's happening in this body. Oh, and also noticing if there's some thinking going on too. Maybe you're aware of that. And that thinking generally is in the past or the future. But maybe it's thinking, I wonder if I'm doing this right. So we just notice if we're aware of thinking and not judge it as good or bad. We can just notice, oh, thinking's happening too. What else is happening? A breath, a heartbeat, a sound. Can we be interested in this experience right here, right now, moment to moment? Can this be interesting enough to want to pay attention? Now this. Oh, and now this. And now this. What's happening moment to moment? Can the mind stay interested in this present experience? So what is the mind paying attention to? Is it still present with the body experience or with sounds? Or is it going in the past or future or going to sleep? We just notice, oh, now it's paying attention to this, and we notice how we feel. And then reset the intention to just be present, whatever's right here in this moment. A body sensation, a breath, a sound, a thought coming and going, but not holding on to it. Can this be enough for right now? This, and then this. Just this. Noticing what the mind's paying attention to. Is it present in this moment? Or is it off thinking, planning, sleeping, remembering? Whatever it is, just noticing what the mind's paying attention to and how that affects the mood or the energy of the mind and the body. And then reset the intention to be just present with what's happening here. If the mind can't find anything to be interested in, see if it'll be interested in the breath, the body breathing, receiving energy on the inhalation, letting go on the exhalation, receiving, letting go. Can just this be enough? This breath, this experience in this moment. Checking in, what's the mind paying attention to in this moment? What's the mood of the mind, of the energy of the mind and body? And then resetting the intention to just be present with each moment to moment experience, the changing breath in and out, sounds, body sensations. What can we be interested in? What's enough to keep the mind interested? Not trying to force it, just being curious. What's happening right now? Oh, now this. And this. And checking in again, just to notice what we're paying attention to, how that feels in the mind and the body. And then maybe taking 3 intentional breaths. So breathing in until we have just enough breath to fill the lungs, not forcing it, but inviting an inhalation and then inviting an exhalation, enough to relax. And then an inhale, enough. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And how is it right here, right now? And however it is, can this be okay? In this moment, it's just this. And it's all good. So the bell is our invitation to bring the awareness back to the surface again. Maybe reflecting a little bit on what you might have observed during that meditation. Habits of the mind, how it felt in the mind and the body. Not judging it, but just noticing cause and effect. And then letting that go and coming back to being aware, being together here again. Yeah, so during that meditation, a word that came up quite a bit intentionally is the word enough. And that word came to me this week as I was listening to politics. I was like, enough! And in that case, enough meant too much, actually, right? It was like, oh, I've had enough. I've had my fill, And it's so interesting because most of the time when we use that word, we think it's a lack, right? I don't have enough. I haven't traveled enough. I'm not good enough. I haven't done enough. I haven't eaten enough. I haven't been entertained enough. I'm not thinking enough. I'm not planning enough. Whatever, most of the time we're leaning into things because whatever we're doing is not enough. I need to do more of whatever it is. It's like our whole conditioning, all the clickbait on this. This isn't enough. Let's do something else. Our whole world is about not having enough, getting more, something better. So I just think it's a really interesting. So it's one word, but it can have these different connotations. Everything from needing. Or there being too much politics or whatever, or even in your meditation, what was your experience? Maybe you wanted more peace or more calm during that meditation, right? There wasn't enough calm. So even something subtle like peace or calm, we still want, there's not enough, I need more. Maybe that's why you're here. You think you need more, it's not enough. And so just playing with this, the different aspects of this word and what can invite, and whatever's happening in this moment, can this be enough? Can we stop needing more? Can we stop pushing away if we think it's too much? You know, can it just be enough and just be with whatever's coming up? So, and the other part of it is, how many times, you know, do we occasionally say, I've had enough? And not in the way of like, I've had enough, but this is enough, like a contentment, right? So there's these different aspects of the word. Enough could be, I'm contented with what's happening here. And that's the invitation, is can we be content with what's here? Or can we notice if it feels like there's not enough? Like I feel like I should get more calm, or I should be planning this now. Like I shouldn't be wasting my time meditating, I should be planning this now. You know, and so just noticing how just inviting a word, it's not trying to get the mind to think about what the word means, but to notice, like just plant the word and then notice how that feels. Does it feel like I have enough? Does it feel like I'm not doing enough? You know, and so more of a feeling than thinking about it or analyzing. So this is what a like a contemplative use of meditation, exploration can be done. Or just occasionally inviting the word, you know, just to check in, like, am I content here? You know, can this be enough? Can this present moment be enough? It's an invitation to let it be enough. You know, so we don't have to go in analytical mode, but it just can invite a way of exploring whatever the experience is right now. Is it enough? Or if you're in the middle of a meditation and you're thinking, your mind is probably screaming, enough. You know, so that'll be the invitation in this next session. So I'm not going to do a ton of guidance, but I'm just going to kind of plant that word there, and then you can let it land however it lands. Explore it again, trying not to think about it too much, but just noticing with what you're experiencing, is it enough? Or if you're thinking a lot, maybe saying, oh, I've done enough thinking, you know. And then you can watch the letting go, you know, if the enough is too much. Or if it's really annoying, you've heard enough of the sound of my voice, just tune it out and do whatever you want to do in the next meditation. So there's always that possibility. So all of these are just explorations for you. So I've said enough. Let's meditate some more. So invitation again to retake your posture, whatever allows you to feel supported, grounded, inviting that alertness of the spine, the alertness of the mind, but also a sense of relaxation, curiosity, kindness. Close the eyes if you're comfortable, or just have a soft gaze. And the invitation is to come back inwards, and the bell will invite us. So letting go of all the words, the theorizing, the enough already of the words. Time to come inwards. And just checking in again, the mind and the body. How does it feel right now? Is it a little agitated by all that theorizing? Or maybe it's just relaxed and curious. Or maybe it's collapsing in the quiet. We just notice how it is right here, right now, in this mind, in this body. So just checking in, and then let that go. And the invitation in this, the intention, would be to explore whether what we're experiencing right here, right now is enough. Can we be content with what's happening in this present moment? Or is there some experience here that we've had enough of? Right? So that's our exploration in this. and I'll give you some guidance. But first, just ground in whatever the mind is comfortable with, what it can pay attention to, what feels like enough to keep it interested, curious, engaged. So maybe watching changing experience is enough to keep it interested and curious. A sound, a breath, a heartbeat, a thought, a body sensation coming and going. Can we be content with that? Or if that's too vague, resting in awareness somewhere in the body, maybe the breath, resting the attention and the breathing in, the breathing out. Can we stay interested in that, the breath, receiving, letting go? What allows the mind to be content? And if the mind feels really restless and can't rest on anything, I suggest the breath, just the receiving, the letting go on the in and out breath. And maybe you can even invite the word enough on the in-breath. Breathe till you've had enough. Breathing in, and then breathe till you've had enough, breathing out. But you don't have to use the word, just can we be interested in this moment-to-moment experience? Can this be interesting enough, whatever's happening? So that's your invitation right now. Can this moment-to-moment experience be enough in each moment? So I'll let you practice in silence for a bit. And checking in to see what the mind's paying attention to. Is this moment-to-moment experience just enough? Just this? Or is the mind wanting something, wanting to plan, figure something out, wanting to do this better, wanting more calm or ease, that whatever we have right here isn't enough? And we just notice that. And how it feels in the body and mind if it doesn't feel like there's enough. And then just make the invitation. Can this be enough? This right here. Breathing in, breathing out, a sound, a body sensation. Whatever you're paying attention to. Can this be enough in this moment? In the next? Noticing what the mind's paying attention to. Is it still with this moment-to-moment experience? Is that enough to keep it contented? Or is it paying attention to something else? Planning, past, future, sleeping, not interested enough? Or is it just calmly watching, observing what's coming and going? Can what's right here in this moment and the next, can it be enough? Can we be contented? Enough. Just this. In this moment and the next. It's an invitation to explore. Noticing if the mind's still present with this moment-to-moment experience, if that's enough, if it's content to just observe. Or maybe there's a narration going on. Maybe this isn't enough. Or maybe you're thinking, planning, just noticing. If the mind's not content, how does it feel in the mind and body? And then re-inviting the possibility, can this be enough? This moment, and now this moment. What's happening right here, right now? Can we be interested enough to pay attention? Noticing if the mind's interested in this experience here, if it's enough to stay interested, or if it's doing something else, sleeping, thinking, fantasizing. Just noticing whatever it's doing, or if it's contented here, whatever it's doing, notice how it feels in the mind and the body. Is there calm or agitation, relaxation, tension, low energy, high energy? We don't judge it, we just notice. And then reset the intention for the mind to just be present with moment-to-moment experience. The breath, the body, a thought, a sound. Whatever you are resting your attention on. With the invitation to just observe, let this be enough to stay interested in this moment. If you want, you could even repeat the word, enough. Enough. Enough, if you need to be reminded. Otherwise, just continue in silence, moment to moment. What are we paying attention to? How is it right now? So what's happening right here, right now? Is that enough? You feel content? Or are we leaning into experience, wanting something more? Or wanting something less? We've had enough. This word, enough, to explore. Can we have enough? Can we be content in this moment? Can we feel like we have enough right here, right now? And again, we can explore this with the breath, if you prefer, or if you like. Breathing in, noticing when it feels like we've had just enough, not forcing. Inhale, enough. Exhale, enough. We don't have to force it, we can just pay attention. Oh, this is enough. In this moment, this breath is enough. This heartbeat is enough. This awareness is enough. In this moment, can this be enough? So the bell is the invitation to let go of that exploration and Just reflect a little bit on what you may have observed. It was a relatively long meditation, so maybe there was a couple different aspects to it that you might have observed. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, come back to being aware of being together again. So again, this is just, and maybe the word enough didn't work for you. I should have offered that, But just taking a word, if something comes to mind during the day, taking a word and just kind of sit with it through the day, and seeing how the mind and the body respond to it, just inviting it. And I invite you to take enough or just this, a phrase like that, and just carry it with you through the day and just invite, in this moment, how do the mind and the body respond to this word? And if you're watching politics, maybe you'll go, enough. And if you're eating ice cream, maybe you've had enough, or maybe you want more and it's not enough, So just seeing, we're paying attention to these subtle differences and noticing how we respond. And it's just an invitation for an exploration. And maybe you've heard enough about this word, so we'll end here. But just grateful, as always, to be able to do this together, and look forward to seeing you again in a couple of weeks to do another exploration. So hopefully there was something helpful, or if not, you can just let it go and do something else. But hopefully there was something beneficial.